I think we're live now. Maybe. Hello. Yay, we are live. Good morning. We might need windows opening because I'm boiling. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Monday packing again. I should probably number these or something. I don't know what number week we're on this year. Hi Liz. Right, so I am today. Hello. So today I'm going to show you, I'm going to attempt to pack more parcels than I normally do. Morning Julie, morning Crocker 2640. Hey Maria, hi Lucy. Hey Liz. Oh Liz, thank you for sponsoring me. That was amazing of you. Right. What was I going to say? Yeah. So I'm going to attempt to pack a few more parcels than I normally do, or I have done the last couple of weeks because I feel like I've not shown you any yarn really. And then morning. Hi Fiona. Hey Tracy. What a Tish. Also, I brought my project bag in with me, and it's got my messy and completely untidied notions pouches and my needles pouch because I can't remember who it was, but someone wrote to me at the end of the live last week, and if you're on here, I'd love for you to admit that it was you. That would be great. Hi. That because when I was showing you guys the Swarovski crystal stitch marker, and I said that I've got those, which I obviously do, in my tin, that she'd quite like to see what else is in my notions tin. So I'm just gonna come clean with everything that I've got. It's a little bit of a mess because I'm between a lot of projects and a lot of swatching right now, and there's a lot of stuff missing because it's in projects at home. But I've brought in one of my swatches that I was working on, and I've brought in my whip that I'm really excited to show you. I brought my finished hat, the ear flap hat. So I've got loads of stuff to show you this morning. Oh, thank you. This that I'm wearing is my Schneeflocken that I knit a few years ago. It's perfect for when it gets cold, which actually it's not that cold, but it apparently is gonna be really cold next week. We've got like a high of 4, so I'm getting out all these gorgeous snuggly knits ready for next week when it starts to hit properly cold temperatures and we get to wear them, and that's very exciting. Not exciting for you, Julie, in Australia, but obviously exciting for us down here where it's going to be brass monkeys. So where should we start? Oh, and unusually, I have decided on which yarn we'll do a special on today at the end of the live, but I haven't set up the discount yet because I literally decided it 5 minutes ago, but it's unusual for me to have decided before we go live, so I'm congratulating myself on that. Right.
Baby steps.
Yes, baby steps. Right, I've got some VHLs here on the table and I haven't started packing any of them, so I'm going to jump into these first. Because they really need packing, and then part way through maybe you could give me a nudge, you guys, and remind me to show you some of the stuff that I promised to show you. It's exciting when I've actually got something to share with you instead of, I mean, it's, you know, parcels are exciting too, but I'm boiling, so I'm not going to keep this on the whole time either, because I have got like a little underlayer on because I anticipated getting changed and showing you my whip and stuff, so I'm boiling. Right, I know where this one's going because it's going to Julie in Australia because you've already sent me a note about it this morning, and I know what it's for because you sent me a note about it this morning, so thank you to you guys that also put notes in your orders to tell me what you're making, because I really like that. Oh, Sarah wants to know what yarn is in my jumper. So this is a yarn that we no longer stock, but we have loads of really, really great yarns, and I'll talk you through. Can you remind me? In a little while, I'll have a little wander about and I'll show you the yarns that I would use to make a Schneeflocken, because we've got some like unbelievably perfect yarns for this jumper that range from rustic to soft. This one is very rustic, but we've got options for all of it. It's a sport weight jumper, so I just think it's important to have something. If you're wearing a jumper like this, it probably should keep you warm, and it's good to wear on the outside and not cover up too much, so a nice warm yarn and something that blooms out, and that's perfect for the colour work. And I think I might have did a little bit of ladder back jacquard on this one. I can't remember. I'll turn it inside out and show you later when I take it off. Right, so Julie in Australia, thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I do wear neutrals. I know some people. Who was it? Somewhere I was at the East Area retreat, and one of a guy from the American distributor of East Area yarns. I don't know what, I can't remember who they are, but anyway, I wore some neutrals one day, and he was like, "Oh, we didn't recognise you without your garish colours," or something like that. It's like, wow, harsh, but I do wear neutrals. Maybe he didn't recognise me at all, but he was there last year, and I was there like the year before. So anyway, yay, Julie, Calibut. Yeah, so this is your Calibut yarn that you've picked. So I'm thinking that you're using a U-ish yarn for your main colour, and then for your fish, this is what Julie's picked. I hope you don't mind me showing people. I'm thinking you don't mind, because that's, anyway, because you're not like that. This is Metallico, beautiful Metallico by Blue Sky Fibres, which is one of my favourite yarns ever. Anu just finished knitting with it and posted the thing on stories, which I shared this morning, where she's knit with it, and she wrote me afterwards and said it's just divine to knit with, and I am 100% in agreement. And Julie has ordered a couple of gorgeous skeins of beaded silk and sequins, so she's going to have some properly glam fish swimming in her U.S. rustic sea. So let me get these packed up. They're beautiful colours, Julie. Amazing. Where should I pack that? Like that. So, who can resist fish on a jumper? Well, I agree. Who can resist fish on a jumper? Darren apparently can resist them. But apart from that, I wore it this weekend to Bowhouse Market, and I literally have never, ever had so many compliments on a jumper before in one day, like ever. Like from non-knitters and knitters and men and women, and yeah, it's a good one. I should have a few of them, I think. I love wearing it. So the interesting thing, so when I showed you the halibut on last week's live, it was still damp, and you could see how much it had grown because it was damp and it's still really blocking. So it was quite a lot bigger than I'd knit it. And then when it completely dried, which I should have brought it in for you, but anyway, you've seen photos of it. Maybe I've got photos of it on the feed. When it completely dried, it did boing back up again, not to pre-block levels, but to sort of halfway between. It wasn't as gigantic as when it was damp, which makes sense, but it makes sense more because it's such a boingy yarn. So yeah, so good to know that the intuition sort of worked on that, because you can get some sense of what it's going to do when you're blocking it for sure, but it's not the same like when you've got a big piece and it's a big jumper, and you know, unless you did giant swatches, you're never really going to know until you've done your jumper. And I've never done a jumper in such a boingy yarn before, like ever, in the 40 plus years I've been knitting. So it was good to see that worked out. Right, hang on, let me find a box for Julie. Should I put that in a box or an envelope? What would you do, Darren? Box?
Yeah, I would have packed it flat and put it in an envelope.
Oh, but I could still pack it flat. Oh well, anyway, I'll stick it here. It'll be the same.
It's not often you're right, but you're wrong again.
Right, hang on, sorry. Let me have a little scrolly poo. I love these colours too, yeah, and I think that when it comes to neutrals, you just need to know which neutrals are your neutrals and then just rock them. I love this, and then you can just pop on something a bit brighter, like a bright pair of trousers or a nice bright scarf on top or something, if you want to liven it up. But yeah, it's a misconception that I don't do neutrals, because I definitely do. I like neutrals with my neons too. Yeah. So, and like with my halibut, there were some bright colours in there, but like the main fish colour was a very dark navy, so there was some neutral in there too. Yeah, I do have sweaters that are all bright though, like that really bright Badger and Bloom in the bright pink and bright orange. I love that one too. So it all works. Right, Julie, this is going to wing its way to you. Probably get to you by Wednesday in Australia. Okay, cool. One down. Yeah, bling in the halibut. Exactly, halibut. I'm excited for this, Cal. I'm not sure how. I haven't had a count up on how many people have joined yet. I think there's a good number, but I don't think it's as many as like something like Paulina. It's kind of a tricky time of year, isn't it? To maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a tricky time of year, but yeah, it's gonna be good. And also speaking of the halibut, I'm gonna do another live today for those of you who are on the Cal or want to be on the Cal, to like go through in more detail the yarns that I've recommended for it, and just to talk a bit about Cal logistics and how it works for anyone that's not done one with us before. Okay, right, next, and this is a DHL as well, is a festive night shawl, also using beautiful Metallico and Prairie by Blue Sky Fibres. That's going to be a stunner. So yeah, Darren's coffee that he made me this morning was strong. I'm feeling really wired unusually. Caffeine doesn't normally do anything for me, but I'm feeling a bit wired today. Okay.
I had to use something to mask the arsenic. So.
When I work out in the mornings, which is currently 5 days a week, Darren puts a scoop of creatine in my coffee, which is cool because I am building quite a lot of muscle right now. And is that why you make the coffee a bit stronger, to mask the creatine, or is that just a fluke?
No, this is just a new coffee.
Oh, okay. It's nice. It's just very, very dark and strong. And we are people who put proper cream in our coffee. Darren used to, and probably still, only drinks coffee as an excuse to have cream in the mornings, I reckon. Because I don't think you've ever really liked coffee, have you?
I don't like coffee.
No, you don't like it. He doesn't like it, but he drinks it every morning.
I don't like coffee,
Why do you drink it?
I do love cream.
You quite like grinding the beans,
have cream
don't you?
in tea because that's just poor form. So I have a creamy coffee.
I like coffee a lot, but I only have 2. Used to be 1, but I only have 2 every day. 1 at home that Darren makes me, and then 1 at work. Julie, love the festive night shawl using Metallico and Prairie. Diving in my hands while knitting. I think you mean divine, but maybe diving. But yes, divine is a perfect word for Metallico. It's freaking awesome. My whip that I've got, which I'll show you in a bit, is, I think, pretty perfect. The colours with my new festive night, that I made recently as well. So I want to show you that because it was part of my swatching exercise for this weekend, and then it just ended up being a whip because I couldn't get enough of the yarn. I just couldn't. I was like, right, I'm going to have to knit a whole jumper out of this. I can't put it down. So it took over, and a lot of the other swatching that I was going to do just didn't happen because I ended up knitting this jumper instead, which I will show you in a bit. Hey?
Gonna do, that's a rare treat.
Gonna do? What are you talking about?
You just said gonna do.
What did you say gonna do? I was gonna do. What are you talking about?
Going to do?
No, shush. Who speaks like that?
Be educated? I don't know.
Divine, yeah. I've got a period headache. I just thought I'd share that with you. I've had it since yesterday. It's just niggling. I don't like it. And then yesterday, apart from a whole bunch of swatches, so Saturday we came in and worked on the wall. I went to the market in the morning, came in here in the afternoon. I did a bunch of random work and putting stuff away and pictures and stuff. And then Darren did the wall, which I'll show you as well. We'll have a little walk in there later, or part of the wall. He's not done all of it. And then we were thinking we'd come in yesterday on Sunday and continue with the wall, but in the end we were just knackered. So I worked on swatching and writing a blog for Just One More Row, which I wasted most of the day starting it and stopping it, because I couldn't figure out a topic to write about. And then I put a thing on my other Instagram feed for Just One More Row asking for suggestions, and boom. So I've written it. It's pretty good. It's called What's Going On in My Head or something like that. And that is a topic that I can talk and write about. So that was nice and easy in the end. So I'll publish that, or Lee will publish that for me at some point this week, and I'll put a thing in stories to say it's up there when it's up there. B, my dad always used to correct my grammar too. I mean, I'm very well educated and I can speak properly, but I choose not to. So what? I do choose not to. And also, before I met you, I had a much more interesting London accent, and you
beat it out of me.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm packing a skein of gorgeous Silky Twist. There it is, by Art Yarn. So Silky Twist is like a worsted weight yarn. It is 80% extra fine merino, 20% silk. It is beautifully silky, very vibrant, a little bit shiny. It's stunning. It's everything you'd expect from Art Yarns, just a super high quality luxury yarn. So, and these colours are really pretty. I've seen this colourway knit up in the yoke of a Badger and Bloom, and it is so gorgeous. Even though this particular skein is variegated, and you know I don't really generally like variegated yarns at all, but this one works so nicely in the yoke of the Badger Bloom by Anne Bensel. So, right, I'll do this one, and then I will. I'll do that one as well, and then we'll do a little non-packing thing. But thank you to people that send through suggestions for things that they might like me to address on these lives as well, because it's always so hard to know to come up with content for everything. So thank you for this channel and my other channel. I really appreciate that you get in touch and tell me what you want. Okay. Let's grab a nice bright button. Is there anything else that I needed to talk about today? Oh yeah, and I posted a picture on my stories this weekend from the market where I had gone. Even the geeky question. Yeah, even the geeky question. I mean, some of the geeky stuff, Elizabeth. So Elizabeth said as a suggestion for something I might write about, or content about the rowing, was like the workings of a water maker, for example, which I guess is more geeky and technical. But I mean, I don't know what anyone is interested or curious about. I don't know. So if that is something that you're genuinely curious about, then I should provide that information. Water makers are really interesting, I guess. So I just can't do it just yet because, well, I could, but I don't know as much about it as I want to know about it. And I don't want to talk about something where I'm not really an expert on it yet. And so I'm going to be doing a course on, what am I doing? Anyway, I'm going to be doing a course on how to service and repair water makers, because it's really important for my survival. Eh? I'm just answering Elizabeth. I won't take long. Shush. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to do a course on it. So I'll do that one later once I know what I'm talking about. And then I can answer questions more easily. So, yeah. So for now, I just need stuff that I can talk about, that I know about. And what is going on in my head and what's worrying me is something I am an expert in. Right. But it remains to be seen as to whether it's something anyone else is interested in too. Where will I sleep? Who steers? Yeah, all that. So I really want to talk about all that. I will do some I'm procrastinating because I don't know. I don't know why I'm procrastinating on that, but there's some sort of block. I'm going to have to meditate on it. But I need to start making videos on all that stuff, so I will. Anyway, I'm going to not talk about the rowing anymore. But just before I go, Suze is asking. It's called Just One More Row Atlantic. So yeah, follow me, please, if you're at all curious on that journey. Okay, so there's a couple more DHLs to do here. Some of them are a bit big, so I might just save that for packing it later, but I'll just show you because, oh, that's a good one. This one is a whole bunch of beautiful Amelie. It's Amelie by Illimani, and organic soft merino by Chaos yarn, which is a fingering weight organic merino, 100% merino, and a gorgeous skein of merino cloud that's speckled. We don't have many speckled ones, but this is a really lovely speckle one. And there's some cool labels in here. There's a couple of books. There's some labels by Kylie and the Machine. There's maybe I shouldn't read it. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if you can read that, but they're sweary and delicious. I love them. And there's the Visible Creative Mending book by Flora Collingwood Norris, which is a really cool book, by the way. Christmas is a good time for mending all stuff. Look at that repair there, just on the inside sleeve. It's so pretty. So there's some really good repairs in this book, and like creative, visible. Oh, I love that one. That's so cool. Look. Anyway, so great book. And there's also the Cocoa Knit Sweater Workshop book in here, and that's the last copy, but we've got more arriving later this week. So that's in there as well. And just while I'm on Cocoa Knit, we are the official UK somethings for the Cocoa Knits online Emma class. So if you're wanting to learn Cocoa Knits method, you can buy it on our website, and it's linked on the homepage. And it's by Cocoa Knits and for Cocoa Knits, because it's a great technique and I love to spread that. So and then another one that I'm going to pack up, actually I can pack this one out a little. So DHL is the skein of the Tribe colorway of double mohair, which makes a Make Mine a Double sweater, like that one skein, and it's lovely. So they were out of stock, and I got restocked at the weekend in case anyone was waiting on that one, as well as the leisurely slip knit skeins that include this colour too. Right, breathe. Just one more. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Elizabeth and Julie. Any idea of the project for that big parcel with the labels and the gorgeous yards? Oh, I've no idea. There wasn't any notes on that one, was there, Darren? On that big Amelie parcel, were there any notes?
There were, but it pertained to Christmas, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to share that.
Okay, so no. So I don't know whose it is, but if you're on, let us know. And some people do put notes So then if I'm packing and I'm taking a picture of your thing and putting it in stories, then I can include the information about what you're making, which is lovely for everyone, I think. So thanks for that. Is your smoke alarm beeping, or is it just me? Oh,
No, it's not here.
can you hear beeping?
No, it's not here.
Okay. No, it's not here. Can anyone else hear beeping? I'm just wondering if it's like my... Is that low? Is it like flashing or something? No. Okay. I don't know where that's coming from. It's not here though. Okay, cool. Claire, you might want to go and see if it's your own smoke alarm that's beeping.
Yeah, hopefully it's not really, really warm in your house.
Okay, let me just get this. I'm going to put that one in an envelope because one's going. Yes, I can hear beeping. What?
Do you live near Claire?
Weird. Okay, I think most people can't, but some of you can. Tape dispenser. Oh. Was it that? Maybe it was that. That does not sound like beeping to me.
Oh, it could be because that's low.
Oh, the other tape. Oh, it could be. Okay.
I've described that more of a squeak.
Maybe it comes out as a beep on a... What's it? Right, okay. I'll show you some more parcels. I've got loads of them here. They're beautiful. But first, what should we do? What do you want to see first? Yeah, the tape machine roller is squeaking. Yeah, so that is what I think. Darren's changing the tape, so that will help. Thank you. Twisted Rib and Susan Coop
Claire
are requesting
like
to be
kind of woman.
requesting to be in the live video. I don't know if that's real, so let me know.
Anyone who gets bothered by that sort of thing is a friend of mine.
Yeah, because you get bothered by everything. Can you give good advice to avoid colours spreading from the beautiful colours from art yarns? I mean, I don't get a lot. I mean, I knit with that stuff a lot, and I have never had a colour bleed. But if you are worried about it, swatch and maybe use a colour catcher if it worries you. But I haven't. They do. I've watched them rinse their yarns, and they do such an amazingly good job of it. But I guess, you know, with every yarn and hand dyed yarn, there might be sometimes human stuff. I don't know. So no, use a colour catcher. What?
Nothing.
What? Do you want to do the live today?
No,
Do you want to come and show your bald head? You can model my hat if you want. No. Right, I'll show you my hat. Yes. I'm going through a bit of a red phase, I think. Oh, and Elizabeth kindly is going to send me, or maybe I'll just use some leftover. I've got loads of yellow at home to make a little tassel, yellow tassel on the top of that, because this is my leftover. I haven't blocked it, by the way. I probably should block it. I won't, but I probably should. This is my leftover yarn from, or some of my leftover yarn from my halibut sweater, two of the contrast colours that I didn't use much of. So I made an ear flap hat with it, which I love, and I need to just put a little sprig of tassel, probably in the yellow, on the top of it. So let me show you. Perfect for colder weather, but I absolutely love it. I've been wearing it all weekend, and I was going to wear it in the market, and then I chickened out because I look like a bit of a wally with a matching jumper. But I've been wearing it more like this because it's not been hot enough to have my ears covered. But how cute is that? And it was such a fun little knit. Look, Darren thinks it looks like it's inside out, but Darren knows nothing. So that is the decreases, which are super pretty. So it's garter stitch. The whole thing is garter stitch. You start off with some little short rows there, which are backwards and forwards, so it's all knitting, and then after that you join in the round. And because it's garter stitch, you obviously have to do a knit row and a purl row if you're doing it in the round. But you could, it occurred to me while I was knitting it, you could just like knit it flat and seam it, or knit it flat and then do that yarn over thing to join it so that you just knit and don't do any purling. So that's totally doable as well. I don't know why they didn't. So this is an old pattern by Pearl Soho. It's free, and it used to be a really quite a rubbish pattern. Like the way that it was written was a bit pants, and they've rewritten it so it's good now. So I recommend it. It is called the Ear Flap Hat by Pearl Soho, and it is on there. Well, if you go into Ravelry and search Ear Flap Hat, you'll find it. I think there's some babies modelling it, and then it's got a link through to the pattern on the Pearl Soho website. So cute. I think they designed it for one colour. I'm pretty sure they did, but you could just do anything with it. You could do loads of colours if you wanted. What?
And if you're planning a vacation to Tibet, sorted.
Do you want to come and model it, Darren? Darren looks so bad in hats. It's so funny. Come around here.
You shouldn't mock the afflicted.
You're going to try and put it on by yourself. Don't make it bubbly with your stubble. No, that's the back. Turn around. No, that's the back. The seam goes on the back of your head.
Should come with instructions.
Oh God, you look like such a twat. Come here.
Wow.
Come. Darren doesn't do well with hats.
Hats I just don't need them.
Why don't you need them?
Look good enough without.
You are stubbly. No, nothing's going to save you.
Yeah, I cut all my hair off on the weekend.
But don't let that put you off. Like, I think this would suit 99% of humans, just not Darren, because, like, really, honestly, there's not many hats. Not many hats that work for you. And then I have a little slight bit of humble pie to be eaten and a bit of an apology on... Oh, hang on a minute, I'll show you that in a sec. The pattern. Yeah, so I've said that. Okay, cool, thanks. Garden gnome, elf. Garden gnome, elf. And Susan says it's not that bad. So maybe I'll make you one for Christmas.
Maybe she just meant the hat's not that bad, and that was nothing to do with me.
Right. So I bought this weekend from this lovely girl called Scarlett. Actually, I don't know if that's her name, but her knitwear brand is called Scarlett Knitwear. Because I totally loved it. And what's really weird is that I've been thinking for ages, what's the freaking point of those tiny little shawls that everyone's knitting and those stupid little mini scarves? And I've just been like, they're a bit shit. But I love this thing. So, and I did make the Millie, and I do wear that too. And anyway, not on this jumper. Maybe I'll take this off now because I'm boiling. And I love it. I've been wearing it like, oh, I love it. It's really soft and lovely. And so I think I'm going to knit some more of them with my leftovers. I'll use the coconut Millie pattern because that worked out really well. And I'm pretty sure I've seen some stripy versions of that pattern, so it's doable. Oh, God, now I'm naked. But anyway, yeah, this thing, I love it. It's so cute. So I don't know why. Maybe some of the others I've seen are smaller still. It needs to be at least as deep as that. But I love it like that. And I know this is not something I knit, so I probably shouldn't show you, but I could have. I should have. I love it like that. And I also realised that I love it like this. No pressure now. Shush. You shush. He probably hates it like this, but I love it like that too. So yeah. I'm going to be making some of these, and I'm really into red and white right now. So yeah. Oh, sorry, Dan. Now I'll pack one parcel, even though I feel... Let me put something on. I'll pack one parcel now, and then I'm going to show you... I'll dig out my whip, and then we can look at that. Okay, is that inside out? Yes, it is. Okay, beautiful. Right. So, Laura, my husband is known as the anti-hat. I mean, Sharon does have to, like, he does wear hats. Definitely doing it after Darren's modelling. There you go. Maria's definitely going to do it It looks nautical, ready for seafaring. Yeah, I could make like 2 for like windproofedness and wear one on top of the other. I might do that. Yeah, I did use the eye roll, the small neck wraps. I did. Julie remembers back, and I was like, what the fuck? But I really liked that. And when it was a bit cold down the back of my neck this weekend, it was perfect. So I totally take that back. I've changed. You'll be loving variegated socks next. No, Sarah. I don't think so. Maybe. We'll have to see. Right. Pink ones too. On knit night, Sarah had some pink variegated socks, which I was not a big fan of. So, thank you. Someone says that, Darren, you could wear a bag of potatoes on your head and still be looking cool.
Right, of course.
What's this cardigan? This is it's something to do with cocoons, and it's by Blue Sky Fibres, and I knit it in Amelie a long time ago. It is really cozy and I love it. It's my travel knit. So I take this on planes because it's perfect for, it's like a perfect very light blanket coat for traveling. I love it. But I can't remember the name of it. Something to do with cocoons. I don't know if anyone's got a computer, I can find it, but right. I'm always surprised. I'm happy to wake up to find it's Monday. Yay! Thanks, Hyatt. And yeah, Hyatt's missed you in the hat. You'll have to scroll back. Why is she surprised? It's not every week. It's
Mondays are every week.
Oh, Mondays are every week. Yeah, Mondays are every week. Yeah. Yay! Oh, Susan's in Australia too. Monday night live for Susan's. Yay! Right. What was I going to do? Pack. Let's pack. I've got a lot of parcels here that include some of the Neon Sky colorway, limited edition colorway by Art Yarns. That was, and I noticed this morning that we've run out again of the merino cloud, so I am ordering more today so that you'll be able to pre-order it, and it will come in very soon because we order a lot of Art Yarn stuff. So in this parcel I have got a gorgeous merino cloud fade kit, and these are merino cloud just like these, but the point of them is that there's more yardage and it's the same sort of ombre dyeing, but they're broken into smaller skeins so that you can have a bit more control about where they're used. So that was something that people had requested so that they could be more deliberate about what happens in sleeves and that kind of thing. So where this has got 400 meters on it, this 100-gram skein, one of these packs has got 1,000 meters, and it weighs what does it weigh? 250 grams. Yeah. So this person has ordered one of those fade kits and 3 other gorgeous skeins of ombre, merino cloud ombre. I don't know what it's going to be, but it will be very beautiful, I am sure. I'll get that packed up. Pass it that way. Yeah, really pretty. Angie, do you deliver to California in the US? Yeah, and actually, while you're on, Angie, I've had this question like quite a lot of times recently from people in the States, and I'm wondering if I'm doing something wrong with not communicating where we ship or something. So if you've got any tips on that, let me know, because I don't understand really why I get asked about whether we ship to the US as opposed to whether we ship as opposed to people in other countries. I don't really understand that. So maybe everything shows up differently. I don't know. Let me know. It would be good to know. So that
currently shipping to
everywhere.
80 plus.
Was it 80 now?
Yeah. That was last week.
This year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So yeah, yes, we ship to a lot of places around the world. the US being one of them. I think that the US is our second most common country to ship to after the UK, no? Do you think?
Yeah, at the minute. I'd like to see what happens with the tariffs.
What tariffs?
Don't want to get political.
Are they going to be tariffs? Uh-oh. Oh, thank you. Yes. Cold Spring Cocoon is the cardigan. Thank you, Yarn Life 287. I don't know what your name is, but thank you. Put it in bold letters on the homepage of the website. Okay. It is on the, I think it says it on the header at the right at the top, something about, I'll have to check, but I thought it said we are IOSS registered and we ship globally or something like that. But maybe I removed it. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I removed it. So I'll have to go look at that. Linda, Yarn Life is Linda. Hi, Linda. When attempting to order it, it says no delivery to California. What? I mean, we've got like several orders here that are going to California. It's possible that if you're trying to order something that's too heavy, that you'd have to get in touch with us for a custom delivery quote if it's too heavy, or too big. Nothing will stop my orders. Yay, Hyatt. Oh, I don't want to think about that. That's horrible. I guess we'll have to think about what we do about that at some point. Australians is, well, it's good to Australia because there's no, I think there's some sort of UK-Australia trade agreement. So that works. The craziest one, I think, is Canada with their Darren, guess what Canada's de minimis limit is? And what number is that? What does that say? 741?
Yeah. That's Julia.
Okay. Yeah. Canada is the craziest. So each country has its de minimis limit, which is set by customs and excise to say when you're importing something or buying something from abroad, if it's over this limit, then we'll have to calculate duty and taxes. And the US used to be really, or is currently quite high. I can't remember what it is, something like £1,200 or something. It's quite big. So sending big orders to the States is not a problem currently. And the UK, I should know what the UK is, but I very rarely import anything. But it's an okay level. It's something like £160 or something, I think. But Canada's is $20. Like, I think that's the lowest one that I know of. We still do have a good number of Canadian customers, which is brilliant. But it is a bit frustrating that they have such a low de minimis limit. Right, shall I pack another one? What time are we at? Oh, it's getting quite late. I keep talking. For Europe, it's 135. Huh? There we go. Cool. Right, I'm going to show you some stuff and then I will pack some more orders. Is that all right? Okay, I really want to show you my whip and stuff. So I guess I could just share this on stories, but this is my project bag at home, and it's full of projects, and it's got my notions in it at the minute as well. It's a redesigned bag, and the colour is burnt tan, which I really like, and it just sits nicely. It's got that lovely flat bum, and it also converts into a backpack, so I love that about it. There we go. So I can take it places really easily, and it's got carry handles as well. It's project 24, I think, might be 26, but I'm pretty sure it's 24 in case you wanted to know. I sent from Australia to my sister-in-law. Oh, nice. That's a good idea. Okay, so then, yeah, let me show you what's in my notions. So these are all on the outside. I've got three main sort of containers for, and I'll just show you some stuff that's in here. So and these are all quite old now, so they're a bit sort of mucky, they're not at their best. I have my main interchangeable case, my DPN case, and then my other stuff case, and I got my Twizzler in there as well for when I can just, you know, depending on where I am, I can just pop my yarn on my Twizzler. So I'll show you this one first because this is the most random. Can you collect from your shop? Yeah, you can collect from the shop, and I have that bag. I took it all over. It's perfect, isn't it? It's such perfect. It's perfect. It's great. Right. So this one, and you have to excuse the mess because I didn't tidy it, but this is a Chowgu mesh pouch, which I think is essential for when you've got one of these. These are brilliant for the interchangeables, but I don't think that there's enough space in there to store all the other stuff. So I have the mesh pouch, and I like it because I can see really easily what's in there. And in the main compartment, I've got a whole bunch of these. This is just sort of maybe half of them actually at the minute because I've got so many cables on projects at home. But these are my red twist interchangeable cords, and also in there's one that is a swivel. But I don't love the swivel nearly as much as I love the reds, so they're all reds apart from one swivel, and the swivel was just one that I took home to test, but I very rarely use. And then in the front, oh, and then this just fell out. This is my tapestry needle case, and there's something I really want to show you in this, although we don't sell it. I have no idea where you buy it from. Oh, you can buy them in the States, but you can't buy them in the UK as far as I know. Let me just show you some random stuff. Loads of different sizes of needles in there. Loads, including a random bit of wire that I use for beads. That's my official beading needle right now. Lots of blunt tipped needles for darning, like that. And then my secret favorite is a whole bunch of sizes of these things. They're a bit, I mean, when these break, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I use them a lot. And I've never seen them anyway. I think I bought these when I lived in Canada. Yeah. They're these needles that have got like a big white, like a big eye right in the middle, so a big globbity gap, and they are flexible plastics. You can, yeah, I know, and I'm really careful with them now because I've had them for decades and they'll perish. But like when you're darning in ends of yarn, I've got a bit of scrag of yarn in here. I've always got a bit of silk yak yarn in here because it's like the perfect thing for provisional cast-ons and things because it's so slippery and lovely. But yeah, when you're darning in ends, right, so if you only had that much, it's perfect because you can just push the needle in and then that bit of yarn go, well, you know, I don't need to explain how it works, but it's great for getting right to the very, very end of your yarn. So I use those a lot because I hate to waste yarn. So I tend to use really short tails on everything because I know I've got these magic needles that will darn. I don't know where you get them from, so sorry about that. I know that they're available in the US because that's where I bought them when I was in Canada, but imported from the States. So they all live in my wooden tapestry needle case, neatly in there. Let's put them back in. And I don't tend to ever get them all out like that. I sort of, like when I'm looking, I just sort of let them tip and then pinch out the one that I need. Right. I don't know if this is interesting to you. If it's not, then tell me to just move on to yarn. Because no one said anything in ages. Am I still alive? I don't even know.
You're all asleep.
Right. And then also in here, I have got, I'm just going to tip everything. Is that everything? Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. We'll do the contents of my pockets next.
Oh no, someone said the A word. Okay, there's a bit of random stuff in here. So I've got my little gauge thing that I love that's like an antique, again, something that is really old. It's from Woman's Own magazine in the 70s, but I love it. It's like a little vintage 1-inch square, and it's also a needle gauge that you just pop your needle in there, and then it's got this little plastic sliders for stitch counting. I don't use it for anything. I just like it. I don't want to use it because I don't want to break it, but it lives in here. I'm not a hoarder, by the way. This is like all of my knitting notions. I don't know why this is in here, but this is a laser pointer. The dog used to play with it. I don't know how it ended up in here, but it's in there, and it's got like I don't know why it's in there. It's a torch as well, but I don't use it. I've got safety pins. I've got my really, really big one of those things that doesn't fit in the tapestry needle case. I've got a what are these called? Yarn Turtle by Geometry that I use sometimes when I'm winding little bits of yarn up. I know we're out of stock of these right now, but we've got some more coming, but that's really handy. So that lives in there. And I've got a couple of these stitched needle stoppers by Coco Knits, these little sort of foamy bung things, and an essential emery board. You have to have those when we're knitting with nice yarn. Don't know why one of my tips has ended up in here, but anyway, that's in there as well. I'll have to move that. A crochet hook for provisional cast-ons. And then my notions tin. So this tin doesn't exist anymore, or no one sells it anymore. It was by Coco Knits. It is by Coco Knits, and it's what the triangle stitch markers used to come in. And I just love the little tin, but you can't get them anymore. They now come in. Oh, Darren is going to fetch one. Thanks. Sorry. Just tell me to move on. Right. So this is what the stitch markers now come in. So it's not metal, it's sort of a very thick cardboard card. It's very strong, and it lifts off and comes back on again, and is roomy enough for stitch markers too, but I just use this little case because it's tiny. And in here, I'll just tip them out. I'm not going to show you all of them because I've got loads of them. I've got lots of my favourite stitch markers. So I've obviously got all these triangles by Coco Knits that I use, and they're different sizes. I use loads of them. I've got a few of these split ring markers by Coco Knits, which also get used very frequently. I've got some old teardrop ones that I got from somewhere back in the day. That I've got loads of those teardrop ones, and they tend to come out when I'm doing like West Knit stuff because I've got loads of them. And then a whole smorg of, and I've got these metal ones. I don't know where they came from. That must be a Coco Knit set as well. Some removable bulb pins. Sorry, this is taking longer than I thought it would. I'm going to stop in a minute. Anyway, there's loads more in there, but loads of the Swarovski crystal ones, which are my favourites. There's just loads of them. So lots and lots of, oh, that one's so pretty. And I've got loads of them on my knitting at home as well, so there's not as many that in here as they normally are. So that's that. Pack that back in there. My little bit of silk yak. Right, it's not too bad, it's not that messy. It's a little bit messy, but is that all you've got in your pocket? Dan, show me what he's got in his. That's not notion, so you don't do anything with that. And he's got poo bags and a car key. That's it. Weirdo. Where's your hanky?
That doesn't need to come out.
Okay. And then just quickly, I guess, with my Messier Chiaogu case, which looks like this. I'll just tip out the stuff that's in the middle, because in here I've got some tips that I need to just, they're still in there. They're in there for when I need them, because for some reason I've only got one 3.5 and an empty one. My Chiaogu needle cage that came with the thing, a DPN in there, and then in all of the pockets I've got all of my tips, and in the ones in the front I've got my 4-inch or 3-inch of the size. And up here, oh, I haven't used these for ages, but they live in there. They're vintage old stitch holders. Another crochet hook, my thingy tightening key, it just gets poked in there, and I've got some more DPNs. And then in the front pocket I have those other bits that come with the Chiaogu case, so all of the the ends and the stitch stoppers. And is there anything else in there? Another like bungy thing, yeah, so that is that lot. And then
There's more.
there's just one more, and it's a really quick one, and because it's just my DPN case, and there's nothing that lives in here apart from DPNs, because I have my metal DPNs. So that's it. Didn't take that long, did it? Hopefully. Right, so I'm going to stick those back where they belong. Because it's good to, like, it's quite hard to see the sizes on Chogu tips. So you have to have them in the case, really. Otherwise you'd be squinting at your stuff forever, or poking it into the thing. So, oh, and then the scissors aren't here because all my pairs of scissors are at home, but I tend to use our neon. I've got our neon ones, and then I've got those little red ones. But what are the red pointy scissors? Anyway, I've got red pointy scissors as well. We sell them. And then on the inside, I've got my notebook and my whips. Right, I'm going to pack a parcel and then I'll show you my whip. Okay, okay. Right. What shall I pack? Let's do this one. Ordered a crystal stitch marker yesterday. Yay. They are lovely. They're gorgeous. The best. The best. Same as my husband. Always poo bags. Can't he use the toilet like any normal bloke?
Can, just chooses not to.
He's always squatting in the garden. What colour art yarns mohair will go well when held with a strain of merino cloud? Okay, send me a thing on chat and we can go through that. I am an organised knitter. Rebecca says I'm organised. I am, I think.
Is that one is or you are?
I am. I am an organised knitter. I am quite organised. I know where all my stuff is, apart from sometimes my stitch marker tin, which I put down in various knit spots around the house and then forget where I put it. Right. Okay, so here is a parcel of beautiful spinny by Isaiah in a whole bunch of gorgeous, gorgeous colours. Oh, I love that one. That's colour number 4. That's gorge. Right, yeah, beautiful palette of colours here of spinny, and then also a ball of Cortiva. Cortiva is one of the yarns that you could use for the Schneeflocken. That would work so well. I did say I was going to show you some more Schneeflocken yarns, so remind me to do that before I finish today. Okay, so we'll get that one packed up. I feel like maybe I should just show you stuff that Darren's picked instead of making you wait while I pack stuff. But let me know. But then I will, the stuff that I don't get to today on the live, I'll take some pictures of some of them and put them in stories, which is what I normally do on a Monday. Because they were in my head, I get to show you loads of these parcels, but it never happens because I talk too much. Oh, that's one of my needles. Uh-oh. Very tempted by that project bag. Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? I'm very tempted by a lot of redesigned stuff, and I have decided that I'm going to wait to see what's left over at Christmas when everyone's done all their Christmas buying, and then I can take home something of what's left because they're brilliant. There's one over there that's just, it's sitting on the side and it's winking at me. I think that's the 31 or the 32. I think it's the 31. Oh, that's pretty. Darren's just packing up some woollier. I'm gonna, when I do the other live in a bit this afternoon, I've got a couple of virtuals this afternoon, but when they're done, I will hop back on here and do a little live about yarns for the halibut cow, the upcoming halibut. Right. Yeah, it's a nice bag, isn't it? It's really nice. And I just love a good leather bag. I love the way that they age and they just age beautifully. Like Darren ages beautifully too, don't you, Darren?
Yeah, sure.
You do. You're way better looking than you used to be.
Well, I think that's just your failing eyesight.
The button, I think. We had some people come in and pick up orders this weekend when we were here. We're not normally here at the weekends, but we were here by prior agreement. And one of the ladies, when she picked up, I think it was Leslie, picked up her order, she insisted on coming and getting a button too, because she was like, that's the problem with pickups, is that there's not a button, and she always has a button, and she always sews her tried button into the inside of what she's knitting, which is so cool. She came and chose her own button, which is sweet. Okay, get that one out. What number bag is it, Darren? What number bag is that? Is mine 24, I think. Can you check? I'm pretty sure it's the 24. There's a 20 as well, but I think the 20 is the one without the the 20 is the one without the pockets on the outside. So I guess the 20 would be something that is more suitable for London Underground or something, whereas that one is suitable for out here where there's no people and to take stuff out. No, it's fine. I'm sure it's the 24 now. I'm sure it is. But if it's not, I'll put it in stories or something. I don't know, but we might have them in stock. So, right. He's like a fine wine. You're like a fine wine.
Stain your teeth.
No. Yes. Good idea for the buttons. Yeah. Great idea. Oh, Julie, you do that too. Nice. 'Twas me. I cannot wait. Did you show your whip? No, I haven't done. Yeah, let me do that. Okay, because it's like already been just over an hour, so I will do the whip. Is there anything here that I really, I mean, there's so much. Right, I'll put pictures. I'll take photos and stick them in stories. There's a DHL here that I really need to pack up. Gorgeous, amazing colours. So, right, let me just. Well, I want to show you my whip. I've got my whip in here and I've got my swatch, or a swatch, one of my swatches. So I did a virtual last week on Thursday for one of our lovely customers called Paula, and she was choosing loads of yarns, but one of the yarns that she picked was our merino possum. So I ended up like handling way more of it and putting colours together, and I just kept touching it, and I was like, right, I need it. And I have swatched with it. I've got some colours at home that we don't sell, so but I might have to order those too now. But I only ordered it because I'd swatched it and loved it. So then, I hadn't knit anything with it. So I took some home, and I decided to take home two colours that are the least popular colours, because that's kind of what I do. But they're also colours that I would wear. So they're not typically me, but they're great. So I took home one ball, and like I've used quite a lot of this, and it's still so big. That's 100 grams. So I took home two colours, and I'll post some proper pictures of this. But my swatch turned into, I'm making a jumper. So I'm making the, I love these colours together. I'm making the, what the frick's it called? Celine sweater by Anne Wenzel, which I haven't actually put it on yet. I'm going to put it on my swatch, and I'm making the smallest size because it looked like on the projects page on Ravelry that's what a lot of people had made, and it worked really nicely. So there it is. That's going to be perfect. So I'm making the Celine sweater by Anne Wenzel, and the fabric of this is just phenomenal. So this is a fingering weight yarn, right? So you get 400 meters on a thing, but I'm knitting it on a 4.5mm needle, and it is like stunningly perfect, and the fabric is warm and drapey, but warm and soft, and it's kind of got very Kiviot qualities about it. I don't know what it is about it on this gauge. It's very Kivioty, and it's going to be perfect for this big cold snap that's coming up. So this is the start of my super Celine, and I'm just doing like the normal, not super, this is the normal Celine, doing the normal neck, but I think I'm gonna use the leftovers to make a removable cowl for when it's like cold enough to kneel. Or maybe I'll make I think I might use the leftovers now to make one of those silly little neckerchief things, because I'll wear that instead. Right. Yeah, it's a great pattern. It's great. But I just love it when you find a yarn that it's so surprising that there's not that many fingering weight yarns that can take really being very well behaved and amazing on a 4.5mm needle in colour work. Like, there's just not that many of them. Merino Cloud will do it, but it's better on a 4. I don't know, 4.5. It will do it, but it's better on a 4. And this is just perfect on a 4.5. So that's my whip. I just wanted to show you. I'll post more pictures as I progress, but it's delish. Such a nice yarn. Okay. And there's so many colour combos. Like, I picked this one because no one's buying these colours. They're the least popular. And then I swatched, because I've been gagging to have this on my needles again. That's the Teddy Deer by Gepard. And I didn't take any home before because we didn't have much in stock, but now we do. And I was just really curious about whether it would work for a bulky, warm colourwork jumper, and I think it will. So I've been just swatching it here. This also was on I think this is on a 6mm. I pulled the needle out because at home, but I'm pretty sure I did this on a 6mm needle, and it's great. I didn't know whether the definition would be crisp enough. I didn't know whether, like, especially for like pointy bits, but it is. So I'm going to knit a jumper. I'm really into red and white right now, but this isn't white. This is the beige, not the white. So yeah, really nice, warm, gorgeous. I did swatch this on different needle sizes until I sort of settled on this 6mm, and on this it could go way big. You could do this really comfortably on an 8mm as well, but I just, for the sort of jumper that I want, I think this 6mm swatch is my favorite. So okay, right, could you use that yarn for the halibut? Which one are we talking about, Maura? I'm not sure which yarn. Well, for the merino possum, for halibut, what is it knit on a 4.5? Is it knit on a 4.5? No, 5. No, it is 4.5. I can't remember. Yes, if it's on a 4.5, then yes, you could, definitely. And then, and it is, you know, it's like this jumper is going to use 300 grams. So I'm going to take home an extra one of that colour. Darren, can you just take that out of stock for me, please?
Not right now, no.
No, because what if you sell it and then I can't have it and then my jumper gets this one. And then if you were talking about this one, this is the merino possum. What? Why are you gesturing at me? There's like 8 colours available.
Right, and I'd like to know which one.
I don't know. I think it's called the Old Jetty from memory. But if you just like use your eyes. Okay, and then for this one, for a halibut, I don't know. Yeah, I guess, but it would be oversized, like, because you'd have to go up some needle sizes, but that would be really cool too. Yeah, I don't know if that's what you meant. I added alpaca 1 to my yarn for softness. Which yarn? Both of these are like unbelievably soft, so they're like really great on their own, like unbelievable. Yeah, that one. Thank you. Okay. Halibut was made using woolly. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I did my Celine with motor, like regular Celine or super Celine with motor. That's yeah, cool. I mean, I guess, yeah, motor on a 4.5 needle is, yeah. This one's surprising because it's fingering weight on a 4.5. I love it. I love the slink of it. It's gonna sit on me like my cashmere Badger and Bloom sits on me, you know, I'll get it. But that's the way the fabric is gonna be. I'll grab it. Oh, that's a tight hanger. I've got 2 of these. This is just the first one that I came to. This one, you know how that sits on me. It's going to sit on me like that. Like I can already tell just by the feel of the fabric. So yeah, there you go. Right, that's better. Have I got it on back to front? Probably. I'm wearing my hoodie from Liner in the merino. Oh, lovely. Yeah, it's lovely. Halibut is 3.5 and 4. Oh, perfect. So yeah, there you go. Totally. And actually, if you did the halibut, or I'll talk about this on the halibut cow. I'll talk about that on the live this afternoon. I don't need to go through that right now. So anyone that's doing the cow, we'll talk about how that will knit up. Then I'm just going to move that. And oh, I need to go and do the discount yarn and show you some yarns for the, oh god, I'm running late. What was I wearing earlier? Schneeflocken. So this is the Schneeflocken that I started this video wearing, and I said that I'd talk to you about some yarns that would work from this. So a really great one would be the Raw Wool Company's special limited edition amazing Storm on the Horizon sport weight. That would be great. And then also their fingering weight would work for it too, because it's a really quite puffy fingering weight. So the pattern calls for sport weight yarn, but the Raw Wool Company's 4-ply will work as well. So there's that one, and then the other ones that I really wanted to show you for that are the lichen and lace. So there's a couple of colours, but lichen and lace, rustic heather sport would be great, and it would give you a more rustic one like mine that's very warm and delish. Similarly, the Uist yarns would be amazing. So they're all undyed yarns there that are really just stunning. So they'd work really well for it. Cortiva would be great. So that one is by Wool Dreamers. That's this stuff here. That would be phenomenal for a Schneeflocken, and that one would be softer than those other yarns that I've already shown you. Merino Cloud would work for it, and the Possum yarn would be amazing for a Schneeflocken as well. A really, really soft, warm one. I think that's all the yarns that I was thinking of for it. If I think of anything else, I'll put it in stories, but I'm pretty certain that's the ones that I had in mind. So can I do colour combos in Woollier for Badger and Bloom? Yeah, if you book a virtual, and we can decide on I mean, there are, yeah, there's probably, what, let me think, about 1,000 colour combos I think that would work with Woollier for the Badger and Bloom. So yeah, just yes is the answer to that. Merino Possum, yeah, Merino Possum has it's got a gorgeous soft halo, but not like it's a very different halo to silk mohair or angora or anything like that. It's very different. Oh, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, right. So for the live offer this week, unusually it is not a yarn that I'm going to do an offer on, because I'm trying to like sell it out, because it's superwash or something like that, which is what I have done more of in the past. It's just a really great yarn that is not selling that well. I don't know why, because it should. It's just not one, I guess, that people search for, because the brand is not as well known. So I'm gonna do a discount for this just because it deserves it. So this is Gala yarn, and I'm going to put a discount on both the super bulky, which is this one, which is huge and freaking stunning, really, really soft, 100% superfine merino, amazing for accessories or big bulky knits. It's gorgeous, and it's by Gala, who are the people that also do Star at Gala. That's where we get our angora from. So really beautiful, high quality yarn. So that's the super bulky, and then there's the Wow. Darren, you did tell me where it was at one point, and now I can't remember. Where is Wow, Darren? End of the top left. I never pick orders. I never know where anything is. End of the Angora, top left. I don't see it. Next one. Oh yeah, thank you. I see it. Right. And then this. Oh, it's high. Is the. This is called Wow. W.O.W. It looks like. Oh, that. And again, a really, really gigantic. Oh, that might be why it doesn't sell, because it is a funny weight. So this is 227 grams. So maybe that's a reason. We used to sell another yarn that used to be a funny weight, and it was just really hard to explain to people that it's not that it's super expensive. It's just that it's it's heavier than standard. So 227, and again, this one's just a really, really super high quality, super fine merino. It's lovely, and I just feel like it deserves a bit more love. So I'm going to do a 15% off of those, and I'll post it to stories after this is finished. And I think that's everything I promised for today. Is that right? Today, I think. Yeah. So Gala yarns. I'm not going to discount the Angora because that sells really well already, but the Wow and the super bulky are amazing. So you should take advantage of that. Right, I'm gonna go now, and then for some of you, I'll see you later for the halibut yarns live, and we'll go through all that stuff later on this afternoon. I don't know if you guys are still here because no one's posting comments again. I don't know, but if you are, thanks for joining, and I'll see you soon.